Hey, part 14A, day 11, Love Cherishes. So this is a new chapter. I have not read this one before. So hopefully I'll be able to get through it on the first reading. And if not, then you will see the second reading. So we will see. Husbands ought also to love their own wives as their own bodies. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 28. Consider these two scenarios. A man's older car begins having serious troubles. So he takes it to a mechanic. After an assessment is made, he is told it will need a complete overhaul, which would tax his limited budget. Because of the expensive repairs, he determines to get rid of the car and spend his funds on a new vehicle. Seems reasonable, right? Another man, an engineer, accidentally crushes his hand in a piece of equipment. He rushes to the hospital and has it x-rayed. Finding that numerous bones are broken, although frustrated and in pain, he willingly uses his savings to have it doctored and placed in a cast, then gingerly nurses it back to health over the following months. This too probably seems reasonable to you. The problem within our culture is that marriage is more often treated like the first scenario, a discardable possession. When your relationship experiences difficulty, you are urged to dump your spouse for a newer model. But those who have this view do not understand the significant bond between a husband and wife. The truth is, marriage is more like the second scenario. You are a part of one another. You would never cut off your own hand if it was injured, but you would pay whatever you could afford for the best medical treatment possible. That's because your hand is priceless to you. It is part of who you are. Oh, come on. They just sticking together. Oh my goodness, come on. Oh, this is okay. And sorry, so I'm going to hop back real quick. That's because your hand is priceless to you. It is part of who you are. And so is your mate. Marriage is a beautiful mystery created by God, joining two lives together as one. This not only happens physically, but spiritually and emotionally. You start off sharing the same house, the same bed, the same last name. Your identity as individuals has been joined into one. When you find success at your job, both of you rejoice. When one of you goes through a tragedy, both of you feel it. But somewhere along the way, you experience disappointment and pain. Your relationship gets broken. The sobering reality that you married a very imperfect person sets in. This, however, does not change the fact that your spouse is still a part of you. Ephesians 5:28 to 29 says, Husbands ought also to love their own wives as their own bodies. He who loves his own wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourishes and cherishes it. The word cherish means to make warm. Imagine a newborn baby who feels alone, cold, hungry, and afraid, longing to be held. Then his new mother lovingly picks him up, nursing, caressing, and holding her infant child. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 7. Her careful attention and tender affection warms her baby both physically and emotionally. This is the biblical picture of how a husband and wife are to cherish one another. Life is cold and unpredictable. Everyday stress can wear us down. Relationships can sometimes be hard and go through seasons of winter instead of those warm days of spring. It is our responsibility, above every other person on the face of the earth, to step in and tenderly touch, caress, and warm the life and the heart of your spouse. Much of this cherishing can be done in how we gently touch our own mate in non-sexual ways. Coming up behind your wife at the sink and kissing her on her neck. Reaching over in the car and caressing her arm. Putting your arm around her while sitting in church. Walking closely beside him and taking his hand. Holding her while you watch a movie together. Nourishing them with the warmth of your affection. Remember, when you show your love to your spouse, you are showing love to yourself as well. But there is a flip side to this coin. When you mistreat your mate, you are also mistreating yourself. Think about it. Your lives are now interwoven together. Your spouse cannot experience joy or pain, blessing or cursing without it also affecting you. So when you attack your mate, it is like attacking your own body. It's time to let love change your thinking. It's time for you to realize that your spouse is much a part of you as your hand, your eye, or your heart. She too needs to be loved and cherished. And if she has brokenness and issues causing pain or frustration, then you should nourish and cherish her with the same love and tenderness as you would a bodily injury. If he is wounded in some way, you should think of yourself as an instrument that helps bring him warmth and healing to his life. In light of this, think about how you treat your spouse's physical body. Do you cherish it as your own? Do you treat it with respect and tenderness? Do you take pleasure in who they are? Or do you make them feel foolish or embarrassed? Just as you guard the safety and well-being of your own body, you should treat every part of your spouse as a priceless gift. Whenever a husband looks into the eyes of his wife, he should remember that he who loves his wife loves himself. And a wife should remember that when she loves him, she is also giving love and honor to herself. When you look at your mate, you're looking at part of you. So treat her well, speak highly of him, nourish and cherish the love of your life. Today's dare. How can you warm the heart of your spouse today? Look for opportunities to bring warmth to the coldness in his or her life. If possible, give them an unexpected tender touch. Give them an unexpected tender touch. Choose a gesture that says, I cherish you, and do it with sincerity. Interesting, kind of started talking about this today. So I hope you realize that as I'm reading this, I am listening to it. I am paying attention to it. Um, some of it is hard to read. I'll be honest with you. Some of it is very hard to read. As I read some of it, I don't know if you're judging me, but I'm judging myself as I say this stuff. Um, and I want you to realize that I'm paying attention to what it is that I'm reading, and I'm reading it to you for a reason. And I hope that you watch this so you know that I am reading this. I am paying attention. I am learning. I am I don't know what to say. I'm so disappointed in myself. I really am. I'm so very sorry. I really am. I'm so very, very sorry. As I'm looking at the computer here, I have the messages open with the picture that you sent me before you're going to bed. And I've been looking at it this whole time that I've been reading. I'll look up from time to time, and oh my gosh, I could, it's just so beautiful. Thank you for the picture. I can't wait to see you this week. I'm so excited about being able to see you and spend time with you. I've missed you so very, very much. Every part of my life is better with you around. Every part of it. Every day I get to talk to you, every day, just the chance of being able to see you. All those times and all those opportunities I had, and I would do anything to get them back. Never again, never again will I ever overlook So I hope you are able to watch this tomorrow, um, or whenever you get a chance. It's always posted, it's always there, it'll always be there for you and only for you. You are the only one who can get to this. No one else can view it. Um, so I'll know if you get a chance to watch it or not because you're the only one who can watch it. Um, I'm so looking forward to seeing you. I miss you so very much. You're such an amazing person. Oh, goodness. Okay. Good night. Love you.